Did you know that Jermaine Wesley Logan was a slave who, after freeing slavery, had become an abolitionist? Logan was born in Tennessee in 1813. He was born into slavery but did not stay in slavery's evil clutches for too long. Logan escaped from his master on Christmas Eve of 1834. After spending a few years in Canada, he moved to Rochester in 1837. In 1840, he met Caroline Storm of Boston, New York. In 1841, the two ended up getting married. They moved to Syracuse, and Jermaine Wesley Logan became a minister and also started working in abolitionism. They lived at 293 East Tennessee Street. Today, there is a Rite Aid there. When Logan escaped from slavery, he left his own parents and siblings behind in the nasty depths of slavery and changed his name. In order to help others obtain freedom, he made a great sacrifice, which was his secrecy. He told the public about being an escaped slave and how slavery was very stressful. Also, he shared how he helped fugitive slaves. Logan described these activities in a Syracuse newspaper. He clearly said that it was Logan himself who wrote this in the Syracuse newspaper about being an escaped slave and working for abolitionism. Logan was willing to make these sacrifices because he began following the Word of God and sincerely believed that God wanted freedom and equality for all. He hoped that African Americans and Caucasian Americans could be able to think and move freely and live no longer with the evil, painful, dark idiocy of slavery or bondage. Logan hoped that others would be able to flee to the nice, peaceful heaven of the northern states, which were filled with a lovely feeling of freedom. Furthermore, Jermaine Wesley Logan was known as the King of the Underground Railroad. Did you know Logan bought and sold about 13 properties in the Syracuse area? Jermaine regularly fixed up these homes and sold them to fugitive slaves or abolitionists. Thomas Leonard was an abolitionist who firmly supported his beliefs through his job at the Syracuse Railroad.
Leonard was able to provide runaway slaves with train tickets as he helped transport them to Buffalo, Rochester, and Albany. The Underground Railroad had a better way for transporting fugitive slaves to Canada. Thus, he provided a much safer and less stressful arrival to freedom and to the country of Canada. However, there were many, many more great abolitionists other than Logan and Leonard. Great abolitionists who helped freedom seekers include Harriet Tubman, Gerrit Smith, Samuel May, Frederick Douglass, James Fuller, Lucius B., and Horace B. Knight. All these people played a very significant role in the anti-slavery movement. Although they may have done this in different ways, they worked towards their own beliefs and pushed themselves to new physical and mental limits. For example, did you know that Harriet Tubman herself became a form of transportation for fugitive slaves? She would walk down the southern plantations and sneak in to break out many slaves and by foot transport them to Canada. In the case of Jermaine Logan, he welcomed more than 1,500 fugitive slaves to stay at his home. Thomas Leonard provided safe and stress-free transportation through trains from areas such as Albany, Rochester, and Buffalo to free places in Canada. In conclusion, Logan and others worked to end slavery in a variety of ways. These people worked toward a new world of equality and freedom for all. Syracuse had a strong connection to abolitionism and had an important impact on the movement to end slavery.